welcome back. We're here live from Tauranga, Armageddon, New Zealand. How's it going, you guys?
It's going good, Ellie.
That's good. I'm joined on the couch today with Hullitude and VictoryFist.
Sorry, I'm just tweeting.
That's
Keep
cool.
going.
Just
Yeah.
doing it during the stream. That's fine. How are you guys today? What's up?
I am pretty
You look
exhausted.
beautiful, Hullitude.
Thank you.
Well, you look pretty, to be honest.
I believe I'm a fairy godmother. I stole this off Simp, who stole it off someone else. So,
I thought that's just like your style.
well, Ellie, we all have our secrets.
You got a wand?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, do a little.
Don't touch it. You don't know where that's been.
Oh, okay, I'm definitely not touching it now.
Do you know? where it's
How are
been?
you? How are you feeling today, VictoryFist?
Pretty good. Pretty, smooth.
You feeling pretty smooth, not sticky?
No, I did feel quite sticky. There was a lot of wax left on there, but it came off with moisturizer apparently. Pro tip: moisturizer.
Can we have
So
a-
for you guys that missed it, yesterday VictoryFist was on the stage and he voluntarily let us
Nah,
wax
I can't.
him.
My jeans are too tight.
He let us wax him, and we did a really cruel, bad job of it.
Calves are too
And
thick.
I giggled when I saw your tweet last night, being like, "I can't get this off."
yeah. I
was like,
applied
uh-oh.
moisturizer in the morning, and it came right off after that. Yeah,
Okay, that's
it's all
good. So moisturizer is the key.
Yeah.
Moisturize.
Yeah. See, I'm lucky enough that I have to carry moisturizer on me because I'm at that age where I need to moisturize, but it's not a waste of time either. So,
Okay.
so I have moisturizer on me most of the time.
That
The
sounds
more you
like an
know.
old man thing, but okay, just to like carry around some emergency,
Emergency
like, oh, I'm
moisturizer.
feeling a bit
Single old man
dry,
thing.
like.
You can hold on to that.
No, that's all right. I'll put it there.
Okay.
I still haven't seen the tweet, so
we
yeah.
haven't really introduced you properly for those in Twitch chat that may not know who you guys are or what you do. Do you want to give us a little rundown on Hazer and you guys and?
Yeah. My name's Ryan, or Hullitude. I'm an inconsistent streamer. I've been
Okay.
on Twitch since the beginning, but
The beginning of time.
I've come and gone, but I've started back up.
Yep.
But mainly, my focus is on more bringing up communities, like
Yep.
the cosplay community, the
Cool.
Critical Role community, and the wrestling communities in New Zealand. So I try to support them, retweet
So
them.
we were just talking about Critical Role
Yes, we
before.
were.
We'll circle back
Yes,
to
we
this,
were.
but keep telling me.
And then Sam and I met through one of our. I think I found him in a stream because I was looking for other Kiwi streamers because
Yeah.
it was something I hadn't looked into for a while.
Oh, so you guys met through Twitch?
Yeah.
I did not know
He was
that.
playing my favorite game, Final Fantasy IX. So I was like, oh, check this guy out. And immediately his sense of humor connected with me. So I'm like, I'm going to stick around and get to know him. And then,
Oh, cool. I just assumed you guys were like childhood buddies
No,
or something.
No.
You
no,
give me
no.
that vibe, like,
people do say that though. People
Well,
said,
it
think
It might
we've
not
known
look
each
like
other
it,
for a
but
while.
I'm a lot older than he is.
okay.
Well,
So-
I don't know if 4 years is a lot.
Oh, 4 years, come on. That's
But we
that's
wouldn't have been mates when we were kids, basically.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
a lot
I
of people
see.
think we've known each other for years, but it's like, no, we've probably about 2 years.
brothers
Yeah.
in another life, maybe?
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah.
And then Haysa came about because Sam said, I want to do a podcast to
Yeah.
introduce the community to more community members. And I was like, well, we could do this, but we could do it more than just the streaming community. We could bring in like wrestlers from New Zealand, cosplayers,
Yeah.
artists, and then introduce them to one another and then kind of spread the New Zealand communities amongst each other so that, all of New Zealand gets more eyes on it as a whole in the
Yeah.
arts area.
Yeah.
And it's kind of working.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think we've linked some cool people up together and
For
got them
sure.
talking, so.
I know. I was on one of your podcasts.
Yeah.
You
featured.
were.
You were the
All
first
together?
Omen crew member to be on
Really?
the podcast. Yeah.
Omen represent.
Craig had one line in that as well.
Yeah, but he was in that podcast, so Ali was there first.
I'm the special one, you guys. Me.
But yeah, Haysa kind of took off because at first we were doing it because we just wanted to do it, and we thought it'd be
Yeah.
a cool adventure. And then the feedback was great. Like Sam mentioned on one of the stages previously, we never got any negative feedback. It was always like, we love the banter, we love the information you're giving us, we love how you're doing homework and all these other crazy things in amongst it.
Yeah.
So it's informative and entertaining. And then we've done 2 live versions of it now, and
Infotainment. Yeah.
you've been now officially waxed on stage.
Yeah, but I don't know if
Come on.
that's going to make it into the. Oh, it might. I mean, it was.
It'll just be an audio of the.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
think it should be like a
Highlights.
story
There'll be
time
highlights.
Or
on
you
the
yelling at
podcast
Ellie?
where you sort of
Yeah.
explain your feeling and emotions like as you went through it.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, I am going to actually rewatch that event tonight when I get home back to Auckland on stream with me reacting to
Oh,
it.
guys, go check it
So-
out. I heard you might be finishing the wax job on stream tonight.
No, I won't be doing that tonight. No, that's something that I need help with. It will require a little bit more planning.
Do you know what else I heard? I heard Hullitude's going to lick one of the wax strips with your hairs.
You know what?
No,
No.
I'm going to throw up if you do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, no,
I think it's going to break TOS somehow.
I don't know exactly where those strips are now because I
Good.
just received a Snapchat of the bag of them on someone's car bonnet.
Get rid of them. Oh my gosh. Why are they still around?
Because as part of me, I can't just throw myself away like that. That's
No,
Oh,
that's
no.
definitely
Okay,
not
so
happening.
back to Critical Role.
Oh, yes.
So you, Gabu, Sheesh Little, were all tweeting about it. I YouTubed it. I was like, why is all of New Zealand talking about this thing called Critical Role?
Yep.
Sheesh Little today was cosplaying.
A character from it, yep.
So
Pike.
you and I were discussing it before, and you
Yes.
were sort of talking about how it caught on, and you feel like you sort of took part in promoting it a little bit in New Zealand. And
It was kind of weird how Critical Role, because even now people don't know what it is. And basically, I was just watching Twitch one day, as you do, and I saw Matt Mercer. It's like Matt Mercer and friends play D&D, and I'm like, I've never really played D&D. I had mates that played it, but I thought it was the nerdy thing because I was very trying to not to accept what I was. So I was like, I can't do that. I can't play well. I've got to stay away from these
Oh,
things.
Wait, you were trying not to be a nerd?
Well, half of my family's sporting, so I was trying to, at that age, at the teenager age, I was trying to appeal to the sporting side, and I didn't want to
Yeah.
embrace that side.
That's sad.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
No, it's sad.
So then
It's
I saw
sad,
it.
right?
it is sad not embracing your no.
Like who you
your-
really
your
Yeah,
are.
size.
well,
and
after
feeling bad about like what
I've
you
been
actually
there too,
like.
but it was in a different way.
No, I think
yeah.
after a few-
nice sad
like-
music. Okay, well done, well
Then
done.
after a few
Yeah.
relationships, I realized it's better to be yourself. So
Yeah.
then I just started
Yeah.
embracing like the wrestling and the WoW, the video games and all that, and music.
Do you
that I want
feel
to.
happier for it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, it's weird because some people. What's that famous quote? I'd rather be hated for what I am than loved for what I'm not.
Yeah.
And that's how I really feel.
I
like,
mean, you wouldn't be on stage right now if you were still trying to be a sporty dude. Or
He might be.
I might be.
He might be in All Black. Who knows?
No,
No,
I mean,
he
my
wouldn't.
dad did play for
Why-
Northland and Auckland, but
why
I don't
be
think
an
I've got
All
those
Black
genes.
when you can be on the Omen stage
Exactly.
instead? Like,
Yeah.
Set higher goals, Sam. And All
Yeah.
Black's just like there.
yeah, what the heck, Sam?
No, but so Critical Role, basically I came across the Twitch thing and I was like, why is 20,000 people watching these guys play D&D? And I admit I didn't get into it at first because the episodes are like 4 hours long, so you have to have a lot of time in the day.
So when I YouTubed it, I was like, okay, I think I get what this is. I feel like this is something you put on in the background while doing something else.
Like for me, I do it when I'm at work.
yes.
So
yeah.
while I'm doing half of my job, I'm watching Critical Role. I've got it on in the background.
Yeah.
And it is in a podcast form now, so you can listen to it if you're traveling somewhere. But half of the magic of it is the facial expressions of the voice actors.
So for everyone that is sat there thinking, what the heck is Critical Role?
Yeah,
Do you
so-
want to just quickly
yeah,
tell us?
Yeah. It's like 7 voice actors from, like, there's Liam O'Brien who does Illidan Stormrage from WoW and Gara from Naruto. Laura Bailey, who's in every anime ever. She's Jaina Proudmore. She's Kid Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. Then you've got people like Travis Willingham, who's Roy Mustang, and Ashley Johnson's character Pike, who Chish was cosplaying. She's Ellie in The Last of Us.
Yep.
So
Cool.
it's just really well-known people, and
Yeah.
they just sit down and play D&D as their
Cool.
characters.
And it's sort of the appeal of seeing a voice actor kind of like be quite
Yeah.
theatrical and put a lot of
And
effort into
while
it.
you're watching it, you don't see them playing a game. You
Yes.
kind of see the characters and what they're going through, and you're
Yeah.
hoping that they come out or they get this successful
because there's
hit.
been a few people cosplaying
Yeah, it's getting
the
a-
Critical
it's-
Role characters
It's,
today.
it's coming up, and I
Yeah.
love it because there's so much good designs in the characters that it's really good to see cosplayers like embracing that. Like Chesh saw one episode and it's like, I have to cosplay Pike.
Aw,
I have to
that's
do
so
it.
cool.
And then you saw it today, and she looks
Yeah.
incredible.
She does, yeah. She's
And
very talented.
Sam watched like 5 episodes, and now he's going around talking like he knows Critical Role. It's-
No, I don't know.
Oh, well, you said each episode's like 5 hours long.
Yeah,
right?
it's
so
ridiculous.
To be fair, he's watched a lot of Critical
top
Role.
25
I have.
hours. 25 hours.
At
Critical
least
Role.
25 hours.
Yeah, so
No, I've actually watched 15 episodes.
Oh,
but,
wow.
But, yeah, it's a real huge time investment.
Yes.
I don't have that much time. I've got stuff to do.
And, and even like me, a big fan of it, I can't watch a whole. I usually can't watch a whole episode straight. Like I have to have
Yeah.
breaks. I have to go do something else.
yeah.
Even at work, like I'll go out and have lunch or something, come back and watch something else on YouTube, and then watch it. I can't do a full 5 hours. It's just a bit too much.
Yeah, that's fair. Have you ever gone through a phase of not embracing your nerdy self? Back to that topic, 'cause I'm curious now.
No, I think nerdy stuff I've always embraced. I think
always
it was more the not nerdy stuff that I wasn't embracing. So for me, like music that I thought might be inappropriate, I wasn't listening to, and that sort of thing, when really I really liked it. And now, obviously, I don't care.
You just like what you like.
I like what I
Inappropriate?
like.
Do you mean like stuff like Tenacious D and like
No, Tenacious
that,
D
or
was
more
always
like
been into.
very death metal?
what do you mean
type?
by
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
More the death metal and stuff like that.
Okay.
That I am quite into, and I go to gigs all the time and that sort of
How
thing.
long did you try to avoid being a nerd for, Hullitude? I'm very curious about this aspect of your life now.
I think it was halfway through high school was when I just gave up, because it was like I didn't belong to a particular group. Like I had friends in each group, because you have cliques at high school.
Yeah.
And after high school, really, if you think about it. There's certain
Oh,
groups
yeah.
you stick with.
Yeah.
So I'd always be like, I'd have certain things that I'd talk with them about, but then if I went near this other group, I just wouldn't mention it at all, because I don't want them to know that
Right.
side. But then eventually it's like I'm trying to play so many different
Yeah.
sides. I was like, hey, I like wrestling. I like video games. If you don't like me, we don't have to be friends. I'm just going to do it anyway.
Okay. I
You
can
know,
respect that.
You do get the bullies who don't
Yeah.
understand it, but then you just got to ignore them and just keep being happy, embracing your true self.
Advice for anyone in the chat or audience?
What about
right
yourself,
there?
Ellie?
What about me?
Did you ever have to embrace it?
Yeah, I think I went through that phase of like starting high school and being like, okay, I'm not allowed to like Pokemon anymore and like toys or kid. Like, I'm like, I have to learn how to like be grown up now. And then I went through like a bit of a lost phase because I was like, I'm so bored. Like,
Did you go through the multiple hairstyles and
oh yeah,
I
all
gave
of
up
it,
on
all of
Lost
it.
after season
I went
2.
through, and I tried a lot of different identities, and then in the end, I think I was like 15 or so. I started going back and just being like embracing who I actually am, and then definitely after high school, just not caring at that point, and
Yeah.
just being like, I just want to be happy and just be me.
It's kind of like reading books. Like there was a stigma when I was growing up that you don't read books, only nerds read books.
That's so sad.
So then
Yeah.
Go to school.
Whangarei.
Yeah.
They're a very
really
sporting.
thing.
Okay, well, see, I had
film.
the opposite problem with books. My parents were so obsessed with the fact that I liked reading that they would buy me novelizations of movies instead of taking me to the movies.
Oh.
So I haven't seen the Super Mario Brothers movie because they bought me the novelization. So
Weird.
not
Is it,
only
is it
have
better
I,
or worse than the movie?
well, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie,
Oh,
but
to
I
the
have
point.
read the book of one of the worst movies ever made.
That's really odd.
That's really odd. Yeah.
I mean, that's good they encourage you to read, though. Respect,
This guy
That's
has gone really stiff. I can't tell what's going on. What? Why are you feeling so uncomfortable?
No, I'm not feeling uncomfortable at
I
all.
think
I was
he's
reading
feeling,
chat.
He's feeling great. He's
What?
in a dress.
What did I
He's got a big
miss?
bow
Nothing.
on.
Oh. I'm so confused. I feel like I missed an entire
Oh, nothing.
burn.
Did you zone
Why
out?
are you holding that? Yeah, a little bit I did, yeah. But that's what happens when
yeah,
Sam
why,
starts
why Are you
talking.
holding
Why
that,
am I holding
Victory
this?
Fist?
Yeah, why are you holding it?
I don't know. It smells quite nice. It wouldn't have actually been that bad to lick one of these. They smell of acai berry.
Kai?
Acai berry. It's a berry.
That's really
Okay.
specific. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you
So
passing
are
this
we
to me?
putting one of these
No.
on
No.
Hullitude's legs?
I think. Well, he's got 2 eyebrows, right?
Yeah, let's
I
go.
think you'd look great with
Yeah,
one
okay.
eyebrow.
Content.
You put me through a lot.
Content.
Yeah, exactly. You put me through a
It'll
lot
be
yesterday.
clipped so much exposure.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll do one eyebrow if you do one eyebrow.
No,
Dude, I've had
I
like-
can't-
Oh, too
I
bad
cannot
then.
do that.
I've had like 15 Twitter followers in the last
Yeah,
24
but you're
hours.
desperate. I'm not.
Siri, define desperate.
That's not a story we can share on the open stage.
All right, I'll just put that there.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
just decide to use that.
Okay.
Big
And
Fish
about-
says his parents had a rule where he couldn't watch a movie unless he read the book it was based on first.
Oh. Well,
That's
yeah,
so
okay.
bizarre.
Well, for me, that started because I liked the book of Jurassic Park, because that is a well-written book that
Yeah.
deserved to be turned into a movie. But they were then buying me books based on movies, not the other way around. So I've also read Sylvester Stallone's Judge Dredd. Now,
Oh.
that in book form
am
doesn't
the
make
law.
it. It's a comic book that's been turned into a movie that's then been turned into a book.
Yeah,
that's
that's not right.
completely the wrong way
Yeah,
around.
that
And-
doesn't make sense.
And it was horrible. Like Rob Schneider as a character in a book.
Yeah, I didn't know Jurassic Park was a book either, Lando.
What?
It's written by Michael Crichton.
Well, I know it's a movie. Like, I've watched the movie a billion times. Why would I read the book?
It was
Like,
it was based on a book. It was a book for like 20 years before it was a movie.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't count because I didn't know about it and I watched the movie. So are we putting that on Hullitude's leg? Or?
No. What? Where is this coming from? I never
we've
agreed
got-
to a waxing. And my legs are so sweaty
That's
right
what
now.
makes it funnier. Because you never agreed. I agreed, so it wasn't that big a deal, right? So
I think peer pressure is like.
peer pressure is
Come
really
on,
cool.
Come on,
what does Chat
content.
think?
Chat
what
wants
does
you
Chat
to
think?
do it. Come
Yeah.
on, listen, come on,
Let's
Hull.
see. Let's see.
Do it on an arm.
No, come on. Oh, wait.
How about an
Do
arm?
an
That's, just a cheeky little arm.
Do an
patch.
arm.
Look, you don't even have
Christine-
like much arm hair.
Christine,
Like,
No.
you should be
do an arm
sweet.
roll. Look, I did my arm, right? So that's one bit I can show. You can't really tell.
Is it smooth? Can I feel it?
Yeah. It's smooth as. Check it out.
Wow.
So smooth. It's freaking crazy
Don't you
smooth.
want that smoothness on your arm?
Oh, Ricky, I was doing this for you, Ricky, and now you're trying to get me waxed.
Come on.
All right, yeah, sure, okay.
Yes. Peer pressure
Yes!
wins.
I
every
don't know how to
time.
do this either. But
Warm it up.
we're gonna warm it
Oh,
up.
I
right?
feel like it's the last day of Armageddon. We have to go out with
Yeah.
somewhat of a bang.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or
for
a-
sure.
And I want to get my own back because I don't know if you guys were watching yesterday, I had 19 of these things applied to me.
Yeah.
In my
So-
defense, I was nice with you. Ellie was the one that was
I wasn't trying to be
stuffing up.
She wasn't trying to. She was so freaked out that she let go while she was pulling it, which meant it had to be pulled like 3 times each time.
I'm sorry.
I could tell.
Had you used those before? Or was-
No.
No? That was the first time for you?
Psychopaths do.
I saw in the chat people were like, Ryan doesn't
All right,
know how to
Ryan.
apply them properly. It's like, well, obviously I wouldn't.
Give me an arm.
Hullitude.
No, Alice.
Wax your legs.
Oh, hang on. We technically have 2, so we can do.
Oh, Ricky's a fan of this song. Do you want to do like one arm, one leg? No, don't. Oh my god.
Oh, wait, no, you apply it. I rip. No,
Okay, I need someone to hold that end then,
Oh, okay.
because otherwise I have
Oh,
to hold
that's
it.
sticky. Ooh.
Yeah, that's the point.
Wait, are we doing 2 of them?
Yeah, one arm, one
Hang
leg.
on, so we've got to go this
Okay.
way.
Should I do your leg?
No, it's pretty sweaty, Ellie. I'm warning you now.
Why is your leg sweaty?
Because I'm wearing
What?
pants under this and
Yeah,
this.
like a normal human.
All right.
Which.
So we're going to leave this on for like half an hour. No.
I've never seen your legs before. How
Oh,
about you?
don't you start. I always wear pants. I never wear anything other than pants.
All right.
That's probably about as high as it's
Are
going
we
to
going
go.
to leave them on until you play
What way
again?
do I do it? This way?
Apparently it's
Other
got to go the
that
way
that
the hairs
that
are going.
This
Yeah,
way?
that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like here?
Yep, that's perfect.
I'm so sorry. Oh man, I feel so bad.
You encourage this.
I feel bad now.
You feel
Warm
responsible.
it up, warm it up.
I
Alright.
only wanted to really do it now
Oh,
because
you
you
got a
said he
little
was
leg
going to.
here.
Oh,
I don't want to pull it because I feel like
man.
I do not do it well, and I
I'm
just
happy
feel
to pull
really
them.
bad.
I'm happy
I
to pull
think
them.
you should because
I
I think
need
you need some
revenge.
revenge. Yeah.
I need revenge.
What? I did
Okay,
your
let's
pit
start
wrong.
with this one. Craig's got a nice close up.
Are we
So,
just pulling it straight
here
off?
I present to you Hullitude's leg. We have this phenomenal wax strip. It is 10 out of 10 quality. And,
Oh, look at those horrible legs. Ugh.
And
Hey,
as far as the
you want
leg
to do it
review
now?
go, it's optimal whiteness. I'm just doing a leg review.
I don't get out, Ellie. Stop
right.
it.
All right.
I'm feeling very attacked.
right.
Ready?
Wait,
I'm
wait,
gonna I'm gonna count down
Okay, you're going to count down? Okay.
on 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
All right, now look
He's
that.
biting his lip. How did that feel?
It's not that bad. It's the stinging afterwards.
Well, it's
that's-
because I pulled it quickly and in one motion.
Yeah,
Okay.
that helps.
But the arm I'm going to
Now
do.
we'll fight the evidence.
It's,
Optimal whiteness.
here we go, guys.
So I heard that you were gonna lick this. That's what everyone was saying today.
Oh, you
No,
gotta
please
one-up me.
don't. Please don't. I'm gonna throw it. No, don't. Please don't.
You wouldn't
Please
even do it.
don't.
Don't even put anyone near you.
I would totally do it.
That's too
Move your
close.
headset out of the
The
way.
camera's
Move your
yeah,
headset out of the way.
No, no, no. Ah! No!
I was hoping it would just stick to your face. That's what I was going for.
Did you actually like that? Just
That went in my mouth.
That's so gross. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Twitch chat.
That's not even the
I'm
worst thing
sorry
I've ever
you had
done.
to see that.
It's not the worst thing in your mouth, no.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
So does he? This one should go off when he dies.
Yeah. When
So
he
he's
leaves,
a bit
gonna
expected.
happen.
Thank you.
All right. So Hullitude's gonna play some League of Legends, and when he dies, Sam's gonna rip this off his arm. I keep switching between calling you like Hullitude, Ryan, Sam, VictoryFist.
I'm fine with that. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, you see, here's the thing, right? Our screen names are the names that we've chosen ourselves.
Yeah.
Every one of us.
That's true.
Very few of us were given our screen name.
Yeah.
So I think it's makes sense to call people by their screen names if
Yeah.
they've got one.
And I mean,
Yeah.
my name's basically my last name anyway, so some people just call me Hull, and that works as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not to confuse you or anything.
Confusing me.
Sam played perfectly on Overwatch yesterday, so I figured I can't play the same game. And mate Ricky in the back was a big lol guy. Gabby,
Okay. He
obviously,
is.
is a lol gal, so
Ricky
I figured.
Ricky gang.
There we go.
Man, he did that so quick. He was ready. His finger was like hovering over the button. He's
Yeah.
like, I can't wait to.
I'm super
begin.
excited for his 1v1 tournament, but I'm going to get the date wrong. I think it's June 22nd.
Is that correct? Tell us with a sound effect.
He's going to do it.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
look at that.
Nice. Oh, match found.
That was quick.
Sweet.
It's an ARAM, so
I don't know what that means.
it means I don't get to choose who I'm playing, basically.
I am not a lol fan.
This isn't starting off really well.
You're a Teemo main. Nice, Shroomy. I'm still getting used to being called my username IRL. Yeah, Lander, I'm like used to it now. I feel like I respond to it. I trusted you, Ellie, and you have made me witness this. I'm sorry, Big Fish. It's for the content, for
now
the
everyone
lols.
knows that you like to watch people suffer, Ellie.
Yeah. Sorry.
Speaking of watching
Sorry about
suffer,
it.
I should actually. Can you just hold this while the countdown's going?
yeah.
Because I've got
Sweet.
something for you.
Go.
What?
What are you buying?
I was hoping
this
you would do
is
this
this
while I
sour
was playing.
lollies?
So you know how in Wellington we had pocket waffles?
Yeah.
I got something specifically for Sam. I don't know how it's going to be. Sam, would you like to have my pocket
Come on.
sausage?
A pocket sausage? No. You can't eat phallic objects on the stream. That's not okay.
It's like a body temperature
Yeah.
sausage.
Oh, that's nasty. What's happening?
I'm
Oh,
so
there we go.
sorry, but this doesn't even taste.
Blank, because
Probably hasn't. We got it from.
Oh,
And that's been in my pocket.
that is
all
worse.
day.
That's worse than
that's
the
been
wax
in your
strip.
pocket all day. Has it actually?
Yep.
I hope you don't get food poisoning.
I'm trying to lose weight. Maybe.
Okay, just think about it. Every time he's gone to the bathroom and pulled his pants down there.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? He's been to the bathroom
I've
a
got
lot
like
this
I got like
afternoon.
3 times today with that in my pocket.
Well, that's too much info. All right,
gone.
what hero are you picking?
Who in the crowd
Ryan.
would like a pocket sausage?
Free pocket
Thanking you,
sausage.
Greg.
That's why I couldn't tell you what it was. So I'm like, it's going to make it so much worse when you actually have it.
Yeah.
It's been like quarantined off.
Yeah, it's been taken away for
like boxed off
execution.
You
now.
guys always crack me up when you're on the stage. Like, I just don't know what you're going to do.
I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. There was a point where we had an idea and then we were just like, it's more fun when we kind of wing it.
Yep.
The best content is the content that you're not fully expecting.
Not gonna lie, my lip feels kind of weird from that
because
wax.
of the oh, okay.
It pulled my lip pretty hard.
Should have waxed the sausage.
That was going to be my next trick, was to wrap the
So
sausage.
today you've had Ryan's leg hair and pocket sausage.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
Man.
I
You
thought
guys are
yesterday
really
was a low
close.
point.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting closer though.
We're
bonding.
becoming closer as friends. Yeah.
I didn't want to think about the portable
was the trick
sausages journey.
How did it get here? The
I
life
think
of a
I
pocket
would have
sausage.
much preferred a pocket waffle than a pocket sausage.
Oh yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the pocket waffle,
no.
but it was.
But
a
I
10
always
out
have
of
mine
10.
down, so I'll turn it up.
Sweet. So do you
Alright.
play League a bit? I don't even know you
I've
played
been
League.
playing this since the beta, basically, just after the
Okay.
beta.
So
But
that's a long time.
certain things were happening with LoL and I didn't agree with, so I took a big hiatus from it.
But Ryan, what was your nickname for quite a while? The man with the skins?
Yeah, the man with the skins, because I've probably spent over 5,000 USD on this game over 10 years.
Oh,
Which
you know
is-
what? That sounds bad, but over 10 years,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
how
yeah.
many hours have you played? You know, how many
Yeah,
hours of
yeah.
enjoyment have you got
Like,
out of it?
Yeah,
That's
don't
like any
enable
hobby.
him. Don't enable him.
I hate when people are like, "Oh my gosh, think what you could have done with that money." It's
People
like
have
spend
probably
it on
spent
another
like
hobby.
way more on like
Yeah.
WoW or
Yeah.
something though.
But even like, if you did like classes for something, or you know,
Yeah, like
you would have easily spent the same amount.
exactly. Like my dad will go off at like, oh, video games cost so much money. It's like, Dad, you have a $30,000 boat you use
Yeah.
twice a year to go fishing, and it costs heaps of money for petrol.
Yeah.
And it's like, and registration and all that. And
Yes.
it's like, you know, it's nothing compared to that.
A lot of that was so I grew up relatively poor. Oh man, I'm just sounding like a sympathy case now, but I grew up relatively
Sad
poor.
music, Ricky.
No, Ricky. So
Aw.
So when I got a full-time job for the first time, I did not know what budgeting was at all. I would
Yeah.
buy music CDs, I would buy DVDs, I would buy video games, I'd buy LOL skins. Basically, every payday would just go to that. And then it's not until now that I'm realizing I've had a lot of money saved up by now.
But at least you had a good time on the way.
Oh,
All right,
exactly.
I'm missing some questions from chat. What do we
Fire
got
away.
here? Well, Shroomy spent about 2K. Ricky Broad would like to know what you think of Yumi, which I'm assuming is the new hero.
The new cat. I haven't played it. I know Ricky's a big fan of Yumi. He told me personally. But besides being a besides being a cat, I don't know much about it. The pros make it look really good, but the one thing about pro play and casual play,
Is that the new cat
Yeah.
character? Okay.
it jumps on another player and basically can do different abilities, and it's like,
Really?
It forces them to eat a pocket sausage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, the cat does, or what?
I heard you're into that though. I heard you like
Well,
cheeky
see, I'm not
pocket
into this
sausage.
game. I appreciate it because it's one of the things that made Ryan more engaged in the community, and that's how I met him. And he's got friends from it that are now my friends. So without this game, I wouldn't know those people either. But apart from that, I mean, I've tried playing it recently, and I'm just not into it.
Not your thing?
Nah.
Ricky.
There's just like no skill involved or anything, so
Ricky would like to know, what position do you main? Or used to main before
I
you became...
am a jungle main. Well,
Jungle
way
main.
back in Season 1, I was like a bot lane support tank main, but now I am a jungler, and my main character with over probably 500 games is a Mumu.
Okay.
Been playing a Mumu since Season 1.
I know some of the... I don't play League, but I know some of the characters and things, but I don't think I know her.
A Mumu's basically a cursed mummy that can't have any friends,
Oh, okay.
and he cries, and that's
Oh.
how it hurts people.
that'll be why you like that character.
Yeah, that's so I related to it.
Okay.
Another sad story.
It's like a
Landers spent $2,700 on WoW sub. I don't think he's alone in that.
Yeah, no, probably not. I mean, yeah, WoW has been a long time playing.
Yeah. Dude, I'm stuck in Final Fantasy XIV is an MMO, and I own real estate. I own property in the game,
Yeah.
and it has its own economy, and there's only so many bits of land you can
Yep,
get.
yep.
And if you don't log in and enter your house every 45 days, you lose it, and it
Yep.
costs heaps of in-game money. So I'm
I-
stuck playing forever,
You
because I
wanna-
don't want to lose my property.
Oh.
Ah!
oh,
That's going, it was on there way too long. So there's like heaps of wax stuck on you.
Oh.
Don't worry, bro. I've got matte
How
moisturizer. We'll
was
rub that in later.
Ryan?
it's fine. I don't know why Sam was.
Well, it's because
crying
it was on way
yesterday.
too long. It's the wax has gone too soft. So like that's why there's so much still left on you. That's going to be sticky as,
Yeah,
bro.
have fun washing that off later. What was your
As long as it
tap
doesn't run.
moisturizer?
Moisturizer, yeah.
There you go.
Um,
You got a pro to help you now.
what were we just talking about? WoW and like.
Subscription
Ellie got
money.
real estate.
Oh
in
yeah, real
Final
estate and
Fantasy.
Final
Yeah.
Fantasy. I took a long time off, and when I came back to it, I got a message that our guild house was gone. So not only had I not logged in, no one in
No
my guild
one.
had.
Dang.
But that game's great.
I love it.
So I went through an MMO. For years, my MMO was Elder Scrolls Online, which Ryan hates because it takes skill.
Hate's
And-
not the right word.
Oh, sick bird.
I would
And
say
then-
the right word is compared to 14, Final Fantasy 14, and WoW, it's just insignificant.
And then I moved on from ESO to Final Fantasy 14, which I really enjoyed, but I got to a point where I just felt like you've got less build options than you do in other games, so I didn't find enough variety in
The new
it.
expansion comes out soon.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Looks like it's
Gonna be
shaking
so
things
cool.
up. So I might come back
Shattering
for a
it.
little bit, but I don't have time for an MMO. And then after that, I went back to
Look
WoW.
at you. You're like, "Ah, I don't have time for
Oh,
MMO.
yeah, that's
I'm
why I
way
don't.
too important and special to
I
be
am,
playing MMOs. Nah, I get it. They are a big time
Yeah.
sink. But, you know,
Oops.
a fun time sink.
I don't have a schedule with my life at all because I don't have a normal job.
Yeah.
My
You're in the
job,
film industry.
Yeah, I'm on call 24 hours a day.
Oh, man.
So I can't sit
You're a
down and go.
contractor, right?
Yeah. I'm self-employed.
Yeah.
So, but it means that I can't go, oh yeah, I can make raid night this week because at any point I could be called up and I can no longer make raid night. So
Yeah.
it's a hard thing for me to commit
Fair
to.
enough. Shroomy likes Black Desert Online. That's become pay to play, though, hasn't it? That's what I've heard.
I don't pay
I
to
used
win.
to play it. Yeah, sorry, pay to win.
Yeah,
Pay
yeah.
to win.
It looks cool, but yeah, I
The graphics are like phenomenal, and
Yeah.
the like battling system is so fun. It doesn't feel like an MMO. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've heard they've ruined it. So
oh, guts.
yeah.
Whoa, what a snipe. Sorry. Just,
Reuse the wax pad.
thank you, Ricky.
Man, someone,
Nah,
Christina's
those
wanting
ones-
you to suffer.
Christina, unfortunately, I would be all for that idea. Unfortunately, I can tell those pads are not ready to be used again. Like, that's not happening.
He's a pro now. He can tell.
Yeah,
just by looking at
I know
them.
all about
he just
it.
knows.
I'm going to be a beautician now. That's my new job.
I'm definitely not, because I could not apply them at all.
No, I told Ryan last night, you cannot be a beautician, bro.
No.
That's not happening.
Definitely not going to happen.
What's your favorite game of all time, Ryan?
Final Fantasy IX.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got a quick
that's
answer
how
for
you
that.
met. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so romantic.
So I would go... Uh-oh. Bugger it.
I still haven't finished that game.
No, please. I would go Final Fantasy IX, Metal Gear Solid 1, and it's really hard to pick a third. Because there's a lot of good games that have come out recently, but I don't know if they beat the nostalgia factor of like the stuff that I grew up
I
with.
can understand.
How could it
that.
not be Crash Team Racing with how much you go on about it?
Because it's an amazing game, but
Are
I don't
you
know
hyped?
if I would put it higher than say Tekken 3.
Are you hyped for the remake?
Oh,
I
it is so
am.
hype.
Yeah.
The fiance bought it for me for PS4, now I'm going to buy it for Switch. So I have it on
yeah,
two
I think
things.
it'll be so good on Switch.
Sam's not a fan of it though.
Big Fish would like to know, what is the worst game you have ever played?
Worst game I've ever played? Elder Scrolls Online. No,
I knew you were going to say that or Mario Kart.
no, Mario Kart's fine.
Wait.
Legend of Zelda Ocarina of
Why
Time's
would
pretty
he-
bad as well.
Why would he say Mario Kart?
I just
We've got a
because-
rivalry about
Yeah.
Crash Team Racing and Mario Kart.
Do you suck at Mario Kart?
No, I'm fine at it. It's just
What's your problem
It's a
then?
poor man's version of Crash Team Racing. That's all it is.
Oh, you know what? I can understand that.
It's totally not.
But
though,
you know
because
what?
Crash
You
Team
know,
Racing
I
is
will
literally
give
a
I
copy
will
version
give
of the game.
Nintendo credit. Donkey Kong Racing, Diddy Kong Racing
Kong
was
Racing.
a much better game than Mario Kart.
I think Mario
That was
Kart's
made by Rare.
pretty fun. It's
Mario
pretty
Kart,
good
oh,
game.
Mario Kart's super fun, but it's like the kids' game, you know? No, worst game of all
And kids shouldn't
time.
be allowed to have fun. No.
It's hard to say because there's so many people that have gone and put work into a game, so it's like I don't want to, insult anyone. But there's some
You're
games
too
where
nice. You're too nice.
I'm more of a I don't see why this game is popular kind of guy. Like the
Yeah.
Prince of Persia that came out like in 2003 or whatever it was. I didn't understand why that had popularity. I think
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time is the third best Zelda, but everyone loves Ocarina of Time.
Have you played it?
Yeah. But I grew up as a I
It
grew
is
up as a Sony guy.
extremely frustrating.
Oh yeah.
People don't talk about that enough.
I played it recently. I got it on. I got the GameCube version, so I could play it through my Wii into the HDMI into my
Yeah.
stream. And the only way I could have a huge
took
amount
one
of
for the
fun in
team.
that game was by calling my character So every time someone was like, "Please, go to the tree," and and it was just
fair
it was
enough.
a hell of a lot more fun that way.
Yeah.
Especially because I voice act
I had the,
pretty much every game I've
I had
played.
the remake for it on 3DS, but I was constantly looking up guides. Like, I was keep getting stuck, and I was like, stop being fun.
But yeah, when that game came out, guides were just like online guides were just kind of becoming a thing. Like
Yeah.
you download a text
I was
document.
Like, what did people do before guides? Like, you would just get stuck
Game
and that would be
FAQs.
it. Like,
Game
that'd be
FAQs,
it.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
And GeoCity websites that
But,
would tell
yeah.
you the false information, or
Yeah.
or you
Or
go to
completely
the
wrong
dairy and buy
information.
like a $20 game cheats book, and half of them wouldn't work.
yeah.
Everyone's saying their
I
worst
do
games
agree with
now.
Shroomy. Fable 3 was pretty horrible after how good Fable 1 and 2 were.
I didn't play 3.
All right,
I've
Sam,
got
what's
it.
your worst game?
worst game? Oh,
you say
see-
CTR,
No, I'm not going to.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, okay. Well, that's
yeah,
so
I was
for
told
me.
you don't like that.
For me, I think Horizon Zero Dawn is a hugely overrated game for me because it is just a copy of Zelda with a bad protagonist who looks like a post-apocalyptic Cabbage Patch doll.
Let's not get carried away, because at least Navi isn't in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, but
I don't get Zelda vibes from it at all.
They like to compare it to Breath of the
there's
Wild.
There's like robotic
Yeah.
dinosaurs. Like it's like,
so.
well, that's not very Zelda.
It's-
I don't-
No. In terms of I'm talking about the gameplay, so like hunting things down.
Oh,
and-
yeah, it's RPG.
Open world.
It's an open
Open world.
world, thing where I just feel it's-
So you'd say, have you played The Witcher 3? I can't remember if you've
Yeah.
played it. Would you say that's a better version of what Horizon Zero Dawn tried to be?
Oh hell yeah.
But it'd be
They're
more
kinda
medieval,
different.
not apocalyptic.
They're all
but-
kind of different. That's the point. But I just couldn't
Oh,
get
just
into
kill
it.
me,
I had
just kill me.
extreme amounts of FOMO when Horizon Zero Dawn came out.
Yeah.
Like I could see everyone else playing.
So
I'm
you
like, okay.
liked the idea of it?
Yeah. And
Okay.
I went and I picked it up, and then I just hated it. I just
That's
found
definitely-
Aloy to be annoying as
Really?
yeah.
What about you, Ellie? Is there any game you don't like?
Oh, I'm sure of it. That's a hard question, actually.
Like what
Because
game?
you just stop playing, right? Like, if you pick up a game and you're like, this
Yeah.
sucks.
Well, has there been any game that you've bought after like trailers or people talking about it, and then you're like, this is not what I thought it would be?
Probably heaps and like Steam sales and stuff.
Like, I'm trying to think of what my most hated game to stream is.
League of Legends.
Well, I've never streamed.
Yeah, I guess I just don't play
Like,
a game if I don't like it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, so that is a hard. I'm sorry, I asked you a really hard question. I'm sorry.
Because I've got games that I've tried to stream because I thought they might be fun to stream, and they sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Do you know what I was? Okay, I could tell you some of my most disappointed games.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good metric.
Controversial. So I'm a huge Sims fan ever since I was a little girl.
So you were happy with the
Sims
announcement
3.
last night?
Sims 3, I hated it.
Yeah?
It was just so bad.
Was 4 a return to form?
I like 4.
Cool.
But no, I hated 3. 3 had good ideas, but it was executed badly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the whole world's open, except every building they go into is a rabbit hole, and you can't go in with them. And it's badly optimized, so all the textures like pop in, and the Sims looked ugly, and I just wasn't about it.
Well, see, for me, my hatred for The Sims comes from, I'm a retro video game collector, so I go to all the secondhand stores I can go to, and every single secondhand store in the country has at least one version, like base version of The Sims, and 8 expansions for that version, because secondhand stores are filled with games from deceased estates. So, and a lot of old ladies play The Sims.
It's a good game.
It's
okay?
not a good game. The other thing, like, it's gotten to a point with secondhand stores where I will buy a game and they seal them up. They always seal them up, and I don't get to open it up until I go home. I bought a PlayStation 2 game the other day, opened it up, and it was a PC version of The Sims.
Oh, that's amazing!
Imagine if it was a game you were like tracking forever too.
And I pulled the disc out in disgust, looked at the other side, and it was just scratched. Horribly scratched.
No,
so it's not even a playable version.
It's a gift. Sims is the best game ever, and you should be grateful.
Yeah,
that is treasure.
maybe.
That's what that is.
The thing is, I could have the entire Sims collection from Sims 1 to all the way to the end of Sims 3, like all of the expansions if I bought them all in my local secondhand stores.
I'm pretty sure I've like owned them all at some point in my life.
Yeah. I'm thinking of buying them all just to get them out of the shops, so there's more room on the shelf for them to put other stuff out.
I'm sorry, Sims is a blessing to this world. Sometimes I like games that like I know aren't good, but I love them. For example, I got a while ago on Switch, Little Dragon's Cafe. It's badly optimized. It's repetitive. People keep saying, "Ellie, do you recommend this game?" I'm like, for the price, it's an expensive game. I can't in all good conscience like recommend it, but I love it. Like I'm addicted. It's like an $80, $90 game.
Wow, because it sounds to me like a microtransaction-filled free-to-play.
Nah, it's made by the creators of Harvest Moon.
Oh,
so it's very
right.
Harvest Moon-ish.
Okay.
So you raise a baby dragon, you run a cafe, you go find ingredients, you're like micromanaging the cafe, there's like a rhythm game to cook. It's really cool.
That sounds...
But it's super laggy and bad on the Switch, and it's just sort of lacking in so many areas, but I still love it.
There was
so
that one that was like Nintendogs and Nintencats just
I
recently
got
came
that
out.
recently.
I've heard mixed reviews about it.
Yeah, so again, that was $90 New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot, in all good conscience, recommend it because it's very repetitive. The graphics aren't very good for Switch. Like, it looks kind of the same as a 3DS, if you know what I mean. But I still love it because like I get to have a puppy and like I'm just all about that.
Because
Yeah.
you're a cat mum, right? Because of Mizuki and
I got
the other one?
two kitties.
Mizuki's so cute.
Yeah, she's a little bingo. She's like a little dog. She likes water. She hops in the shower. Do you guys
That's something we have in common because I got like 3 cats as well.
I'm jealous. I want 3.
One of them's really affectionate, one of them's skittish, and the other one just does what he wants. So
Cute.
they've all got their own
pets.
Do
personalities.
you have a pet?
I don't have any pets.
Why not?
Don't you have your neighbour's cat that comes over? And
Yeah, so we've got a local cat called Chuck. Well, we call him Chuck Meowser because he just pops up whenever he's just there, and he's super affectionate. He doesn't like being picked up, but he loves running around your feet and everything. But he basically lives with us. But we one time had to take him to the vet because he turned up with like half his face falling off, and we're like, oh my god, we better take him to the vet. So we
Oh my gosh.
so we rushed him to the vet, and it turns out that his actual name is Charles, which Chuck is a shortened version of Charles. So we were calling him the right thing from the get-go, accidentally. It was like it was meant to be. But
So why was his face falling off?
he loves people, but he does not get on with other cats.
Oh,
So for quite a while,
poor
we would hear
baby.
like cat fights every night.
That's sad.
It's actually, I think it's gotten better because I've got a new neighbor, she's got a cat, and I think it's like evened out the balance of the
So
cat
why
hierarchy.
why don't you have your own cat?
How do I put this? Lifestyle choices, I guess,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, I can understand.
Oh, Australia, why?
I basically don't have. I wouldn't be able to guarantee my time for a cat.
Yeah.
I go away a lot and stuff.
Although the cool thing about cats is, like, once you've raised them
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
adults, they are pretty chill with
yeah.
being left
So if I
alone.
was to get a cat, I would be going for an adult one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, no, I just lifestyle wise, it's just not
I
something
get
that
it.
fits in.
I get it.
I'm living up to Ricky's reputation, and I'm going to lose my game as well. It's just
Age of Empires is my favorite game. Age of Empires is so good. Did you guys get it in the cereal box?
yeah.
I actually got
And
the
Kellogg's.
I actually got the
Oh, you
proper
lost.
version before it was in the box.
Boo. Wait,
Yeah.
what happened to the game?
It's loading the client.
Yeah, basically, League of
I
Legends
hope.
is a really badly made game, and it does stuff like this.
Weird. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
janky.
Great short. There you go.
Oh, I like this character.
I was a big fan of Age of Mythology.
Ryan,
as
show
well.
them how many skins you've got.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. I'll show.
Give them a
Let
little
us judge
tour.
you.
There.
628. Now, I don't know.
Wow.
And now if we go to the shop, if I remember
And
how
it's
to.
just a cosmetic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we go to the shop.
Yeah,
each
so completely
skin-
pointless.
Oh.
No, I get it. I love cosmetics in games. I totally
Yeah,
get
but
it.
for me, right,
How
they
much
should
are
just be
skins valued at
unlockables. They
these
shouldn't
days?
be things you pay for.
So
But
basically.
it is a free game.
Yes, free to
Yeah,
play.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's kind of an exception. I think if you've
Yeah.
paid for the game, yeah, it sucks when you
So
have to.
basically, roughly they're 1350 RP, and then I'm not going to purchase RP on screen, obviously, because my fiance would kill me. 1350 RP is roughly 20 bucks, so you do 20 times collection, $20 times whatever this is.
628.
Who can do math? Who can do quick math? Quick math.
I can't do quick math.
You know.
It's
But
too
yes.
much money.
I'm scared to even try in case I get it wildly wrong.
Yeah, I think I just worked it out, but I'm not going to
Come on,
say
say
it
it.
because it's for the same thing.
Come
No,
on.
no, I'm good. It's
Content, do it. Come on, you
Craig's
got
telling you to
waxed.
do it, so do it.
Yeah, do it.
Do it? Okay, so what, you said 20
It'd
bucks?
be like 12 grand or something.
How much are each skin?
It's like roughly $20 a skin.
$20 a skin.
12 and a half I'm hearing in my ear.
That's what I
Is that
thought,
what-
yeah.
So you've spent, so that's New Zealand dollars?
Yes.
US dollar. Oh, okay.
Because-
12,500.
Well, because for the first 3 seasons we were...
Look at your face. You're like, don't judge me.
No, I'm just thinking, man, that could really help me out
Yeah,
right now.
you're like, shit. That's
I would be
deposit
in
for
a
house.
much better position right now if I hadn't done that. Oh, there's a
Oh, there's
calculator.
a
on that.
calculator. Let's confirm
Calculated
the
by
math.
Omen
Let's
by
confirm
HP.
the math.
Is it
You got-
628? Oh, well, no, I don't have 6,000 skins.
628. And
I
then
feel
go time.
bad that we're judging you for this because, like, I'm sure I've spent a lot.
It's
on
like a
games
guilty
too.
pride, really.
Yeah, I get
Times
it.
what, 20?
20.
Yeah, just a casual 12 grand.
Oh.
The issue with that is, though, it's probably a bit more because for the first 3 seasons we were on America, so we played by USD. So it was probably a lot more. But this is when I had a really stable life, working and living in Hamilton, so it was nice and cheaper. And now I live
You're
in
like,
Auckland.
I can afford some lol
Now I live in
skins.
Auckland, and I'm basically paying twice the amount of rent I was paying in
Yeah.
Hamilton way back then.
That's the Auckland life, eh? Do you like living in Auckland?
Yeah. Let's say I like the opportunities.
Yeah.
I like the money.
Yeah.
I don't like the crowdedness and the busyness because
Mm-hmm.
I get public anxiety pretty quickly, so I need to
Oh,
plan things out, and if it gets too crowded, then I have to get out of
Yeah.
there. Hamilton I like because it was cheap, but other than that, Auckland just has way more opportunities.
Yeah.
More bands come up to Auckland, more events come
That's
up to Auckland.
true. Yeah, I am jealous.
There's
of
more to
my
do in
bands.
Auckland, so
Yeah,
I think the
that's
cost
true.
is worth it.
That's fair enough. All right, I'm going to finish with one last question for both of you today.
Okay.
Ryan, Sam, how are you so awesome?
Oh, that's a
Is
good
that
one.
trademark?
That's trademark infringement. My lawyer will be.
Please don't sue me.
Well, I think
You can go first.
it's just putting yourself out there, like trying new things. Like we try new stuff all the time.
We should say why the other person's awesome.
Oh, wow.
I think
Ooh.
you're awesome because you're not afraid to do things people are afraid to do.
I can confirm that.
And
yeah.
despite being a little desperate at times, you have the best intentions behind it, and you're a really good friend, and that's why you're my best man.
Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks.
Oh, that's cute.
Well, in Ryan's case for that
here we
question, it can't be answered because he's not awesome.
Oh, but he gave such a
I'm
good
kidding.
answer.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's like a swap roles. You know what? Synth, do you want to be my best man? I need a new one.
How are you going to do
This
this
is
speech
quite
at
seriously
the
one
wedding?
of those.
Ryan-
This is
Ryan-
seriously one of those fade to black and tears moments. Hey, it's just that's it. That's how we
Where's the
exit.
sad music?
Ruthless.
Because I don't want to muck this up. This is an important
Come on,
question.
spit it out.
we're
Spit
getting
it
there.
You
out.
can't
You're
muck
getting-
it up anymore,
I-
Sam.
Yeah.
Ryan's awesome because he is.
Yeah.
He can dish it and he can take it.
Yeah.
And
like right
phrasing,
now,
phrasing.
he's not crying yet. You know, so like he can stand up there with anyone. You can go toe to toe with anyone.
on a good day, yeah.
Yeah, and you've got more good days than bad days in my book, I think. Which was also another reason why you're awesome. But those like honestly, the fact that you can put up with me is one of the big reasons I think you're awesome.
That's cute. Have you guys had to answer that question before?
No.
Or are you always just
Oh.
asking it?
I think Blame tried to throw that on us, but I think we threw it back. I don't think we've ever
Yeah.
answered it, so that's an original question.
Yeah. It's one that I wish I'd prepared for.
Good job, Ellie. Good job.
Sweet. All right, guys. We thank you so much for coming on the stage.
thank you for
guys,
having us.
go give them a follow if you haven't already. As Hullitude and VictoryFist and their podcast Hazer. We will be right back with the wrap up for the weekend, and then that's pretty much us. So we'll see you
time.
very soon. And thank you, guys.